everybody. I'm Skinny Jeans.
I'm Ted the Tank.
And we're off the tap. You guys already know that, I'm sure, because we're really popular. And
we have millions of followers.
Millions and millions of followers. Yeah, we're like Jake Paul, basically.
Yeah, we have basically.
Of beer reviews, yeah.
But better.
So, anyway.
We are going to Starboard in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah, local brew. Pretty pumped about doing this one.
This is our first nano brewery.
Yeah.
I am stoked about this because that's what I want to do.
Yeah. You got a lot of
I
dreams.
want to quit my job.
You can. You want me to
well,
call my money?
I quit it whenever I want. I want to have a plan.
This place is pretty sweet, though. So we've been trying to get in contact with the owner because if you look online for any information, absolutely nothing.
It's very hard. Like, they're very small, and their website is just kind of very basic. Dude probably runs it himself. It's a small company. I get it.
So finally, we got a hold of him today, and he was super busy. The last couple times we tried calling, we have called at the worst time possible.
Well, that's my schedule.
So we got a hold of the guy. Awesome dude, real friendly. He gave us our email. I didn't think he was actually going to take the time and maybe send us anything back, or if he did, it wouldn't be in a timely manner. Dude, he emailed within hours.
Yeah, it wasn't even an hour. It was probably like an hour and a half tops.
Yeah,
and he got back, and he must have just like had it typed up in his books or something, and just sent us the entire recipe for this beer.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
If you want to learn how to brew this, you're not getting it because I wouldn't do that to him.
Yeah, it's good experience with the guy already. We got to get over here. We got to check this place out
this year.
So the beer that we're doing today, like we said, this is Starboard Brewing Company out of Sturgeon Bay. They opened up 5 years ago, and
it's a one-barrel system.
Yes,
tiny,
super small.
That's like a home brewer right there, just doing his thing.
Right. So basically, their name Starboard, which is pretty self-explanatory. Talk about boats.
Boats knows.
Boats knows. Nachos and lemon heads on my dad's boat. Anyway, Starboard, he got the name because he used to be a professional shipbuilder, which is a huge industry up in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a big boating area. A lot of salmon fishing done up there and all kind of stuff.
So, like you said, they're a one-barrel system. They've probably brewed in the last 5 years since they opened about 500 different beers. He says he brews 2 to 4 beers a week. Nano breweries really don't have a flagship beer or flagship beers.
But they try to repeat.
Right.
Is what they do.
I don't really think he keeps anything on tap. Maybe he does some seasonal stuff. But everything else is basically just trying different things, putting it on tap. You go in, and that's it.
Getting his recipes down. He'll expand eventually, I'd imagine. Like, that's the goal of getting into a business, is to grow it.
Right.
So, like, I would imagine he's just trying to work on his flagships now, and, like, this is what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's getting all these beers lined up, and, like, what went over well? What didn't? What could I actually can and put up?
What works, what doesn't work. Yeah. Basically, throw shit on the wall, see if it sticks. By the way, side note, shout out to my dad. He's the one that picked this growler up for us. I had heard of Starboard. I can't say I really had any interest because I knew it was very small, didn't know much about it. And it's about an hour and a half away from us, maybe a little less, about an hour away from us. So it was like, I don't get up in that direction.
I thought you were going to say your dad threw shit at a wall.
Yeah, exactly. How do you think I got here?
Shout out to you, though.
Yeah, so anyway, pretty cool. Like, he's on board with what we're doing. He's bought us a bunch of beer, and he goes, go do your thing.
Hey, he's always checking out our videos and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, finally doing something appropriate enough that he can support.
It's beer, who can?
So like I said, they do 2 to 4 beers a week, 500 since they've opened. I mean, they're going to do probably about 150 to 200 barrels a year, which, to me, for a small place like that, that's a lot. Like, especially...
I think you got to stay to be a nano, you got to be under 200.
Okay.
You got to stay under 200 a year.
But I still feel like that's a lot, especially when you're not distributing. Everything is in-house.
I kind of want to get up there and check out, like, his staff. Like, if this dude's just running this by himself, that's impressive. Like, That's a lot of work.
That's really cool.
Like, brewing beer is, like, it's not just, hey, show up and we're going to boil some water and throw some stuff together. There's sanitizing, clean up, all kinds of stuff, and it's a lot of work.
So we learned today. We went to a brewery. This place, the two dudes actually that own the company both have full-time jobs. They brew on Sundays. They come in and clean up on Monday. Didn't realize how long it takes to actually clean kegs. They just bought a keg cleaner, and it said it sped up the time.
And it cut it in half. Yeah, so like that's cool.
All right, you hop into what the hops are.
All right, we're gonna go with ABV. ABCD. We're gonna do the ABV first. It's a 6.5, so it's pretty heavy.
Keep her too.
This thing poured like motor oil.
It did.
I don't even think we gave the name of it.
Oh, 10W-30 Imperial Stout. Yeah, that's what I was
That is
missing.
motor oil.
It came out of the growler, and I was like, oh my
I'm gonna
god.
put this in my car.
I got an oil change coming up in my truck, and I'm like, dude, anybody driving behind me, it's going to smell pretty.
Like it poured dark.
Yeah.
The IBUs is 19 out of 100. So
Which,
it's
again,
is a
we
low.
just did a stout, or we did a porter
That's
recently,
a low
and
bitter.
yeah.
Like it's very low for a stout and stuff. Normally they're higher because of the chocolate.
Usually stouts are higher than IPAs, and people think that IPAs are really high just because they're hoppy. That's not the case. The reason why these are so high is because of the chocolatey flavor in it.
All the sugars coming out and stuff in the malts. And this beer, like
You're my sugar.
Jesus Christ.
Let's get weird. Might have
But,
a few today. Who knows?
It doesn't say much about it being chocolate, but there was supposed to be hints of caramel.
Okay.
Which, if you look at the head on the beer, you can kind of see a caramel color.
I have not smelled this, and I have not tasted it. Obviously, we haven't tasted it, but usually you smell it beforehand. I have not done anything.
Just did, and it doesn't smell really like anything. I have a feeling it's going to be like this porter we just tried. I hope it's not, because it looks good. The hops is UK Target hops. That's a new one that we haven't done. Alpha acids on it is going to be an 8 to a 12.5.
Well, UK Target hops, there's like, I think that...
There's a whole,
Go back and watch all of our reviews. But there's a lot of hops that come from the UK.
Yeah.
And basically, it's just a number of different
It's just
hops.
another strain. It's kind of like marijuana. How they got millions of strands and stuff. It all started with the one plant or whatever, and then they just crossbreed. Like hops is the brother or sister of marijuana anyway. So it's basically what it is.
Yeah, so it's basically just a number of different hops that came from the UK. They're all pretty similar, but they have their own special characteristics.
It's dual purpose, so bittering and aroma.
Mm.
Didn't really say what the aroma is supposed to be off it.
Okay.
I really think it's supposed to be kind of mellow. Like you're supposed to get more of like a chocolatey or a caramel or coffee when you're drinking this.
I smelt a hint of coffee.
Yeah,
I don't know
definitely
if
smells
that was
some coffee. So
I don't know if that's what they were targeting with it, but that was the one thing that I got away from. Got away with.
What was this? I think this one they brew with English style yeast.
Oh
Which
yeah,
gives it
yeah.
a fruity flavor because it's a house blend that they got, so that's pretty cool.
Explain that.
House blend is basically they farm their yeast.
Mm.
They probably mix them together or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but
Yeah.
that's what I would imagine a house blend is. You're not just gonna take 2 dry yeast packs, mix them together, and call it a house blend. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, that'd be easy.
They're farming them and then they're mixing them and doing their own thing with it.
Alrighty.
There's a lot of we visited one nano brewery out in Colorado. He farmed all of his yeast. Like he had a wall of nothing but yeast going.
Oh
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, and he was a microbiologist or something like that. And
Yeah. All these breweries owners are nerds, man.
Right.
All right, we trying this thing
Let's
or what?
do it.
Alrighty.
Send them up. For a stout, there's a little bit more carbonation I like.
Yes.
Flavor wise,
It's mellow.
it's very mellow. Tastes like motor oil. I drink it.
It tastes like motor
No,
oil.
I'm just kidding. No, it's pretty good. It's a decent stout.
I like
there's
this
room to grow
because
with it, and I'm sure he is off of it.
I actually like this. I can't say that this would be a go-to stout for me.
There's definitely bittering on the
Yeah,
back end
and
of
that's
it.
what I like. I like that kind of punch
linger.
with the bitterness, and I can taste like a coffee flavor to it. That's what I like.
I think it's kind of bland for mine. Like I like full body stouts where it's
See, and that's what
power pack, punch of flavor.
And that's what I like. I like something that is thick and heavy, and this seems lighter than that.
Like this kind of seems more along the lines of a porter to me. Like that's Well, he did say it's barely an imperial stout.
Yep.
So
he did say that.
that's borderline stout. Like it's probably what
I'm
it should
sure-
be. You know, that's what he wanted.
We could have emailed him back and asked him, but I'm sure that the basic characteristics of a stout are exactly what's in here. But I'm sure that there's other things that he's
It's a little
done,
bit.
which
It's
is
not
why.
as thick.
Yeah.
And heavy. Like
Mhm.
it's not as full body.
What are you giving it?
I'm gonna go 6 on this one.
6? All right. I'm gonna have to go a little bit higher. I didn't appreciate that it was. I like to refer to it as thin because it's not heavy and thick and like malty like most stouts you have, but the flavor is still good.
Yeah, the flavor is there.
So I think I'll go a 6.3. It's not my favorite, but I would if I went into there and they had it on tap, I'd probably have one.
Right. I think we just need to go out there.
We'll go up.
Your dad doesn't know our beer styles.
Yeah, we'll get in contact with them and yeah, we'll get. Is that your phone?
It is.
You were just yelling at Matty Ice last week for not shutting the damn thing off, and here you are ruining our whole station!
Probably in the doghouse.
Yeah, did the kids get fed yet?
Yep, they sure did.
Alrighty, so
This is gonna be an ongoing joke.
it definitely is. Social media, hit up our Off the Tap Instagram page. It's Off the Tap 2018. Our email, Off the Tap GB 2018. Subscribe. Please do. Please. Our Facebook is Off the Tap. We're doing a ton of different stuff.
A lot of live videos.
A lot of live
last
videos.
few weeks.
Trying to be more interactive. We had a lot of fun a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
That's about it. That's that review. So that's Starboard Brewing out of Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin.
Yep, this was 10W-30 Imperial Stout. Keep her tuned. Cheers.